What up, fam? Do you need some extra tools that's going to help your life be the best that it can possibly be? Are you constantly juggling work, family, and personal time only to feel drained and unfulfilled? That's where the book that I wrote called The Balanced Life can be your guide to reclaiming your time, energy, and happiness with practical strategies for setting boundaries, prioritizing self-care, and achieving real balance. This book helps you create a life that you love without the burnout. Get ready to break free from the chaos and step into a life of purpose and peace. Grab your copy of The Balanced Life because you deserve a life that works for you. Also, we have The Unraveling. It's a journal to help you write, reflect, and heal. Your thoughts matter. Your feelings deserve space. The Unraveling Journal is more than just a notebook. It's your personal guide to self-reflection, healing, and growth. With guided prompts, mindfulness exercises, and room to express yourself freely, this journal helps you untangle emotions, process life's challenges, and rediscover clarity. Take a moment for you. Write, reflect, and heal, one page at a time. And fam, also another book written by my wife is Healthy Relationships. Because fam, you know this. Great relationships don't just happen. They're built. Whether it's with your partner, kids, friends, or coworkers, strong connections are the foundation of a happy life. In healthy relationships, you'll learn how to communicate better, set healthy boundaries, and nurture trust in every relationship that matters to you. Because when your connections thrive, you thrive. Start building stronger, healthier relationships today. Order your copy at kingdomservantsfirst.com. Once again, that's kingdomservants1st.com. Fam, we want you to be the best version of yourself. Get one of these books today. God bless. Family, you know what's up. You know what time it is. It's the Bacon Bits Podcast, where we desire for you to take the bits of information and immediately apply them to your life for success. The ground rules for our podcast is that will always be encouraging, uplifting, and informative. The areas of life that we will be dealing with today. You see, I'm laughing and talking through the whole time. Is dealing with having a balanced life. And it's always that wonderful statement I want to hear you say. Say it out loud, please. Say valuable information applied equals success. Family, yes, indeed. The one and only, the love of my life, the queen of my heart, my sweetness, my love, my love, my love. Diana Acosta-Bacon.
Good job, babe. You set all the vowels right.
Sweet.
All right.
Right on.
Applause.
Thanks, babe.
Applause.
You know, I'm working on
Applause.
trying to, get fluent in Spanish eventually one day in my life soon.
Good job. I like that.
It's an exciting episode because this is one of those episodes that we want you to really dig down deep and really enjoy. And not just enjoy it, but yeah, we want you to receive it. We want this episode to make you smile. We want you to make you think. We want to make you go a little deeper than we usually do. And with the title of this podcast, it is
Unapologetically alive, so stop apologizing for existing. Our existence and our life does not need to be proven, and it most definitely doesn't need to be earned.
Yes. It should not have to be.
No, but we are obsessed with proving that we're worth the life that we're living, or that I've earned the things that I want to live. I have to prove that my existence is worth something, that it's valuable, or it has value. We're so busy proving, and too many of us are so busy proving, even as babies, I can do it. let me do it. Like we're trying to do so many things on our own,
Yeah.
right? We're trying to prove I can do it. Let me do it. Let me do it.
Right.
The instant you teach a baby anything, let me do it.
Yeah.
Right? Try and feed a 6-month-old baby after you've offered them a spoon, or maybe not that young, but you know what I mean? We're always trying to prove that we can do it ourselves.
Yeah.
And there's us. I mean, it's good that we want to learn new things. It's okay. Like all those things are fine and dandy, but
Right.
who are you trying to prove it to?
Yeah. And I hate that we lose that, because you think about it. I mean, your value is not because of what you can achieve, what you can do, or what you can produce. I wish we could hold on to it, because, you know, when babies are born, man, you just be like, man, look at them little fingers. Look at them little toes. Look at them little hairs. Just look at my baby's skin color. You just enjoy every moment. And they're not doing anything. They can't feed themselves. They boo-boo on themselves. They can't do nothing. And you just love them to pieces. And we lose that. And that's heartbreaking to think about that. Like, we started off right. Enjoying people for who they are, not what they can do. And then as we grow older, we pull back from that to, you know, this person's worth is only their worth because of whatever that thing is. And it should never have to be that.
I would like to reflect back on us.
Yes.
We ideally, hopefully, see other people's worth and recognize whether we see value in them or not. They're valuable to someone, ideally, right?
No question.
But I want to reflect on our life. What are we doing? We're so obsessed and we're so incredibly terrified of life.
Yeah.
Right? I know in all my readings, videos, studies, experiences with like end of life conversations,
Yeah.
for instance. A lot of people know that, oh, they wish this, they wish that, and it's never something that they did usually. Like, I wish I didn't get married. I wish I didn't. Like, it's not necessarily that. It's one of the top things that most people regret is living for everybody else besides themselves.
You are correct.
It's the things they didn't do, the ways that they didn't empower themselves, the vacations they didn't go on, the places they didn't visit, the people they didn't befriend because someone said don't.
Right.
It's having jobs they didn't ever wanted to begin with.
Yes.
Right? It's not living for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying it's about being selfish or self-centered.
Right.
But, you know, we all have these seasons and how we consume our time and our energy in this life, that all these little moments. And it's not always what we plan for. But nevertheless, it pulls from us, right? It pulls from us. It's exhausting. But we don't need to spend all of our time and energy proving that I didn't plan for this. When people are like, well, what happened? When people see you, and, you know, people who hadn't seen me for a while, and when I was in the wheelchair, oh my God, what happened? And it's like you have to prove that you deserve to be in the wheelchair. And then when people look at you and I say you met me. If I'm having a hard day, and when I was in my wheelchair, and then I would have to go somewhere, and I had to get up and get in the car and get my wheelchair out of the back seat. They're like, well, you can walk. Well, then you shouldn't be in handicap, and you should be. If you can walk, why are you in a wheelchair? And it's like I have to earn my right to be in a wheel. I don't have to earn my right to sit. If it's too much for me, I'm allowed to sit. And I think individually, we are trying to prove something, not just to ourselves, but also to others in that way. And like, I've earned the right to sit, and I deserve to have a wheelchair. Or it's so foolish. Just some of the things that, if we broke down some of the things that we feel like we need to prove or earn, how foolish it is to even think that. Because we would never tell a child, how have you earned your plate of food today to be fed? But yet sometimes we say, oh, I don't deserve to eat this. Maybe not you, but sometimes I don't deserve to eat this because it's not as healthy as it should be, or it's not, there's other people that I haven't fed my children yet, so I don't deserve to eat yet. And maybe a lot of my mentality comes from being a woman, being a mother, and being a wife, because I have to first make sure all others are cared for before I can care for myself. And as a man, as a father, as a husband, I'm sure you have your own way of thinking of that.
I do. I mean, because I think about, one of the things is the right to be here. You don't have to justify your presence on this earth. You was created on purpose with a purpose. And I think the thing that's deep is, it's even one statement that we say, and I hear my people say it, I want to be a productive member of society. Meaning, I need to earn, my place on this earth and what I'm supposed to be. And I'm like, I get it. And it's just finding that, like, what's that purpose that, you feel like in your heart you was meant to be doing on this earth. And not that it's a have to, it really is the privilege of I get to, because I don't have, and I always, want to go back to God's love sometimes. Like, I don't have to earn my love with God. I don't have to prove my love to God. I just have to just be everything He's created me to be. And I think sometimes that's challenging because I can never earn it and I don't deserve it. I just have to receive it and walk in the fullness of it. And that's challenging because everything in society tells you got to earn your keep. Everything tells you that. And so it's a constant inward battle of knowing that, I believe that in most areas, but sometimes I don't believe it in every area. And so that can be very challenging.
I know. I still do this. So after my brain surgeries, a lot of you know my story. I was in a wheelchair for 7 years, and I've been in my walker now. And there are times when I come home, I literally don't move off the sofa for hours. And I just, I feel like I have to earn that. I still have that mental thing. But there's something that I envision over the door, over the threshold of our door, and I see it every day. I see it and I look at it, and it's a reminder to myself. And I tell every person who has dealt with disability or loss, or like that frozen feeling of numbing in life, and written above my door in a very beautiful font, even though it's not physically there, it says, "My value is not dependent on my ability to do anything."
Mm-hmm.
The biggest terrorism that we have in this world is self-terrorism. We are terrorists to ourselves. We terrorize ourselves. We are terrified of not being enough. We have, like, anxiety is a real thing. Like you said, you want to get up and you want to be a productive member of society. We all want to be productive. We want to raise children who are productive members of society. But anxiety is like a pandemic.
Yes,
it's like
it
a
is.
pandemic. We're so wrapped up in earning and achieving and doing, accomplishing, succeeding, doing, and not doing enough, not being enough, not leaving enough, or maybe taking too much space, time. We're apologizing for everything. We're apologizing for existing.
Yeah, come on, girl.
Sorry, I'm late. I would encourage you to, instead of saying, sorry, I'm late, you start to say, thank you for being patient and waiting for me. Instead of apologizing for being, I don't know, who you are and not dressing how someone said, are you wearing that? Yes, thank you for recognizing my new outfit.
Yeah.
Let them be rude. That's a reflection of them, not a reflection of you.
Yeah.
And
I want to go back to something that you said. I thought that was deep. It is, and it's one of those things that's simple. It's the right to rest. Rest is not something you earn after you burn out. It shouldn't be. It's a human need. These bodies need to rest, and it's also a sacred rhythm to how life goes. There's times, guess what? Your body needs that 6 to 8 hours rest. There's times your body needs that nap. Okay, and we shouldn't have to apologize or feel like, man, I ain't done nothing to earn this nap, so I shouldn't get this. I'm like, man, if your body is telling you it needs this, give it to it. Don't be trying to make it, something that it doesn't need to be. It's like your body deserves to have rest. And so when your body is telling you that, take heed to it, because how many times does our bodies tell us the stuff that we need? I used to always, say it. And I haven't said it in a long time. I used to love hearing my wife say, like, she's craving liver because her body is telling her she needs iron. Or I'm craving, something else. And the thing that she's craving has this vitamin or nutrient in it. And that was the part that was so sweet, how so in tune she is with her body that she can know that this thing that I'm craving has this thing in it that I need. So that's why I'm having a craving for it. So I still think that's so phenomenal to be able to be like that.
Thanks, babe.
Yes, love.
The best. So I want to share a quote. So a lot of people have seen that movie, Eat, Pray, Love, from the #1 New York Times bestselling author, Elizabeth Gilbert. So she wrote this couple book. It's Big Magic, and then the other one was Eat, Pray, Love, which is probably one of the more famous ones because of the movie with Julia Roberts, which it's a great movie. I recommend everybody see it. But it's a very reflective movie. Like, what are the things internally in it that sit with it. Sit with it rather than try to I don't know, like take it out on other people. Like, we don't process our stuff. We have to sit with it. So I want to share this quote by Elizabeth Gilbert. There is a pathological obsession, and I don't use the word pathology lightly here in this country, and we're talking about the USA. There's a pathological obsession with making sure that your life has a higher purpose than just having a life, which is already pretty incredible. Like, just having a life is already pretty amazing, but that's not good enough. It has to be a purposeful life. This is the formula we've all been fed, and we've been fed it our whole entire lives. You've heard it in every commencement speech. You've heard it in every inspirational speech. And each of you is born with a special gift. Each of you has one unique offering. That's why you're sent here to find out what it is. That one thing that you can do that literally nobody else can do. It's your job in life, your purpose, to uncover what that thing is. And then once you find it, you must foster it and master it and curate it until you are at the top of that thing that only you can do. And then you must monetize it, because if you don't monetize it, you're not really successful at it. It's just a hobby. You must monetize it. But it's not enough to monetize it and be very successful at it. You must be an opportunity creator for other people within this purpose that you created, so that you bring other people, you uplift other people with your purpose. And it's not enough that you uplift other people with your purpose and you monetize it. You must leave a legacy. You must leave a legacy so that when you are gone, generations after you're gone, the world is a changed place because you were here. No pressure. But that is literally what we've been taught.
And that was phenomenal, because to think about it, like, it really is seem like it's never enough. And to think, like, family, really think about this. Like, most of the people that left behind a wonderful legacy and that we admire, and they never thought about it while they were doing it. They just did it, and it happened to become their legacy. But if it's always constantly trying to, prove ourselves, I got to do something big. I got to do something that's I can monetize. I got to do something that's going to get my name out there. I got to do something that's going to get me more likes and more friends. And you be like, fam, like, can we just slow down and really pay attention to, like, what's going on with me at this moment? What is that? Is there something I really feel like deep down I need to prove that I shouldn't have to prove? I should just allow myself to be me, who God made me to be, and just let that thing flow. But it shouldn't have to be, I'm doing this to get more likes and more friends and more of anything. It's just, I'm going to just be this, and what comes of it, it is what comes of it.
And we wonder why everyone is so anxious all the time. Like, she's not wrong. Nothing's ever enough, right? It's never enough. It's just like, I have to prove that I am successful by going to college. I have to prove that I'm successful by getting good grades. I have to prove that I'm successful by staying healthy and going to the gym and eating well, and I have to learn how to cook so I can take care of myself, and I have to prepare myself to be a spouse to someone. I want to have children, so I have to be ready, and I have to own a home and own a car and have a good job, good paying job, and it's not enough. I need to get raises every 6 months or 8 months or every year. I need to have great roles. Now my children are a reflection of me. Now they're going to be born. Now they need to earn. They're not going to taint our name, so they need to make sure that they are doing good grades, and we put that pressure on them, and we create anxiety. Like, it's just never enough. And we feel like we have to earn the right to have stuff. Like, I have to earn the right to just exist. And the truth is, I feel accused by everything, babe. I feel accused. You know, one of the biggest things that accuses me is for those who have come into our home, they see canvases around the walls because I love to paint. I love to paint. I'm an artist at heart. I love to create. I love to express myself through many different venues, right? Not venues, but modalities, different modalities, whether it be sculpting or painting or music or sewing or creating. Like my blank canvases, I have a whole bunch of blank canvases. They're honestly, I have to change my thinking, right? They're masterpieces in minimalism. That's what they are. But they're just blank, and they're accusing me because I'm not creating, because they're not painted. My paint is drying up. It's accusing me of not being used. The dishes in the sink are piled up. They're accusing me that I'm lazy and I'm not washing the dishes. The laundry's piling up. It's accusing me just looking at the laundry basket. It's just sitting there looking at it. It ain't doing a dang thing. I walk around the house barefoot. I'm always barefoot 90% of my life. And I put my feet up on the sofa and I'm like, ooh, my feet are dirty. Accusing me that I haven't mopped the floors recently, right? Inside of my house. You know what's accusing a lot of people? Their waistband right now. Now everyone's checking their waistband. They're sucking their tummy in right now because you're checking your waistband. It's accusing us. You should skip lunch, right? And my beautiful yoga mat that I love so much, laying on the ground, accusing me of how come your little behind is not sitting on this thing right now. And I have to remind myself I don't have to earn having dishes. I'm not going to say, look at the dishes in the sink and say, you don't deserve to be eating. Those dishes are dirty and you're too, like, no, I need to change the way I think, because the canvases won't always be blank. The dishes will eventually get cleaned. Yeah. The laundry will eventually get done, or I'll donate the clothes, cleaned, of course. Like, how can I have grace for myself? I don't want to live a life apologizing for my existence. Ladies, how many times a day are you apologizing for absolutely doing nothing wrong?
Right. Just being you.
Nothing. Remember, my value is not dependent on my ability to do anything.
Because you have an identity that you shouldn't have to prove to anybody who you are as a person. You have a voice that you don't have to prove that you should be heard. You should be able to express yourself and share your truth. And even if you don't have a physical voice, for my people out there that can hear the podcast and they can't speak, but they do ASL, you know, they should be able to be heard because they are who they say they are, you know. And I think that's not enough, because we always feel like we got to be validated. Fam, sometimes you just need to be able to speak your truth, and whatever comes from that, it comes from that. But you got a chance to be heard. You got a chance to be seen. And everybody should have that. And I think that's one of the biggest downfalls of our society sometimes, is people aren't being heard enough. And it goes back to that little simple statement I love saying. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Okay, cover up an ear, cover up a mouth. You still got another ear. Everybody deserves to be heard. Everybody deserves to have the ability to grow. You don't have to ask for permission to evolve and change and become more whole. Growth is your birthright. You know, so that should be happening. Sometimes, you know, there's friendships around you that, guess what, you don't have to have permission to grow and become a better version of yourself. So you have to allow yourself to be like, let me just evolve into the best version of me I could possibly be. And I don't need to ask for nobody's permission. It's because this is what I've been born and given the ability to do. And I think that's huge.
Yes. And as you said, you don't have to ask people's permission to evolve and to change and to transform your life into something that gives you more purpose and makes you feel alive, you also have the right to change what it costs to access you.
Yes, come on, girl.
You have the right to change what it costs to access you at any given time. And do not apologize for it.
Yeah.
Simply do not apologize for it. You know, it's not about being in or taking charge, right?
Right.
But taking care of those who are in your charge.
Mm-hmm.
And that, my love, is you.
Yeah.
It's you. You're the one that you're in charge of.
Yeah.
You know, remember you were around little kids and one kid's always yelling, Johnny did this or Joey did that, and be like, who are you? You're not in charge of Johnny or Joey. You're in charge of you. Remember that. Mm-hmm. You're in charge of you. So life and our existence is not something we have to earn. Mm. God's rest says that you are loved before you've done anything at all. Mm-hmm. So you don't ever have to try to earn it. You're allowed to stop. You're allowed to sit. Yeah. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to close your eyes. You're allowed to not answer your phone call. You're allowed to not cook. Yeah. You're allowed to not clean today. You're allowed to eat an extra cookie. You're allowed to go get yourself some ice cream. You're allowed to not hug people if you don't want to, especially creepy old men. Yeah. You know, it's interesting because they call it holidays. And if you look at how they spell holidays, it's holy days. You're allowed to have a holiday. You're allowed to have a sabbatical. You're allowed to take a break.
And the thing, this one is a big one for me. You're allowed the chance to begin again. You know that life is where it's at right now. It's not working for you. And so you have a chance to begin all over again. Because every sunrise brings new mercy. You don't have to earn a second chance. Grace gives it to you freely. And we say, you know, God gives us brand new mercies every day. So I know for my people that sometimes you feel guilty for becoming a fuller version of you. And sometimes, you know, the people that surround you, and let me just use the industry I'm in with drugs and alcohol. You know, sometimes, you know, you need to go ahead and give yourself permission. Say, you know what, it's time for me to begin again. I don't need nobody's permission. And I have the ability to grow. You know, so that's where you have to say, you know what, I'm going to grow and I'm going to become all I need to be. And it might be because of the people that you used to hang around with gonna tell you, oh, you think you're too good to hang around us anymore? No, it's not that. It's just I have decided to give myself another chance to be the best possible version I can be to me. And that's all I need. I don't need nobody's permission to be better.
I'd like to share a poem by Heidi Pribe. To love someone long-term is to attend 1,000 funerals of the people they used to be. The people they're too exhausted to be any longer. The people they don't recognize inside themselves anymore. The people they grew out of. The people they never ended up growing into. We so badly want the people we love to get their spark back when it burns out, to become speedily found when they are lost. But it's not our job to hold anyone accountable to the people they used to be. It is our job to travel with them between each version and to honor what emerges along the way. Sometimes it will be an even more luminescent flame. Sometimes it will be a flicker that disappears and temporarily floods the room with a perfect and necessary darkness.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful.
Makes me want to cry a little bit.
Yeah.
Because something in us to transform needs to die.
Oh.
Some things need to just be put down.
Yeah, yeah.
And you don't need permission to do that.
The right to grieve? You don't need permission for that?
And it's okay to grieve the person you used to be.
Come on, baby.
After some things have changed in life.
Yeah.
So many things change. Divorce is a big one. Sometimes our children grow up. Yeah. People grieve when their child goes to kindergarten. And then they grieve when their child leaves to college.
Yes.
And they get married. And then they have children. And there's a part of them that's different. You've never known your child as an adult. You've never known your child as a spouse. You've never known your child as a parent. And we get to see these things. And that's just one aspect. But even in a job, you're allowed to grieve the loss of one job or the loss of a career.
Yeah, come on.
And even if it was your choice, you can still miss it, even if it was your choice to leave it. But we attend thousands of funerals. And instead of trying to make that person feel ashamed, like, where are you? Celebrate them and walk with them.
You don't need to justify your pain or compare it to others. Your grief is real and valid. So, fam, whatever you're going through, that you need to grieve. You need to close that out. Jesus said in John 14:27, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give it to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." Permission. You don't have to earn rest. Just receive it. Because God gives it to you, but you got to allow it to happen. Fam, oh my God. Great time with my baby. Great time. I love doing episodes with this woman. Family, please allow yourself to live your life. Please don't feel like you got to fit in with anybody and everybody. The only person you need to fit in with is God, and that's all that matters. Family.
And you already fit.
Now, you better say it, babe. He the one created you and made you. He didn't make no mistake. He took the mold, shattered it. He'll never make another one of you. So apparently, your uniqueness is a blessing. So stop trying to conform it to somebody else's image and thought plans of how it should be done. And just be. That's what we call human beings, not human doings. This is your boy John Bacon with another segment of Bacon Bits. Guys, we love you. We adore you. We only want the best for you. Go ahead and live your best life. Grant you permission. God bless. What's up, family? If this podcast has inspired you, encouraged you, made you think deeper, or even just made you smile, then I have a simple ask. Would you consider supporting this work? Creating this podcast takes time, heart, and resources, from equipment and editing to outreach and hosting. Each episode is a labor of love aimed at lifting people up and speaking life into real situations. But I can't do it alone. Your donation, big or small, helps keep the meaning going and the message. It helps us grow, reach more people, and continue producing powerful content that uplifts, educates, and empowers. If you've been blessed by this platform, I invite you to sow into it. Help us keep the mic on and the message moving. You can give at Zelle or Cash App using the links in the description box. Thank you for being part of the journey. With gratitude, the Bacon Bits Podcast, where we speak life, purpose, and legacy, one episode at a time.